Yo, what's going on, you guys? It's Vergil, and in this one, we're going to be updating my top 10 best units tier list here on Dragon Ball Legends for the 7th anniversary part 3. So we have the finale right now with the first ever dual ultras, full power Frieza and the Namek Super Saiyan Goku. Both fantastic units, by the way, and even close enough to where they're both being compared to be the #1 unit in the game, which is what we love to see, right? We have the part 1 where it was like a really big difference between MUI and Evo, and it ended up making Evo seem a lot worse than he actually was. And you know, funny enough, the part 1 units right now just having the back end of relevance in comparison to the part 2 and part 3 is kind of bizarre. But you know, the biggest meta shift we've seen in quite some time. You know, even a little while ago we had a lot of diversity. I mean, it's always going to be top meta if we're ranking the best units in the game, but there was a lot of teams, there was a lot of overlapping tags, and you could just run so many different units because they were all, you know, the featuring party members, whether it was like you just want to run this unit because they can be carried by their teams. Right now, it's very top meta heavy, if that makes any sense. There's just these guys, and then everything below them just doesn't matter, if that makes any sense to you guys. So the top cast is the most important role in this meta. The power creep has been bizarre, right? The damage guard, the sheer utility, damage output. I mean, we're looking at numbers we've never seen before, so obviously, this is a new era for Legends here. A lot of differences, changes here. We're going to be discussing in this video. Make sure to drop a like in the video. Subscribe if you guys are new. And it's going to be a different list. I will be starting out at the top for a reason that you will know future in this video, because I usually start at the 10 spot, but I don't want to spoiler alert. I've decided to pull a funny in this one. So we're going to start at the best unit in the game. I do think this unit is quite obviously the #1 character right now. If you, I don't want to say if you disagree, you're just like play the game type beat, because I think there are 3 arguable, you can make an argument for these characters for being in a top position. If you guys don't know how tier lists work, it's not just an individual outlook on a character. You have to have team dynamics, you have to have synergies, you have to have you know, the meta working in your favor. And right now, with little to no purples, Frieza is just running rampant and free. And despite him being a little bit limited on team options, just leader slot merchant him, he is individually the best unit indisputably in the game, in my personal opinion. His gauge is broken. The way he's getting cover null from that, able to pretty much deal one of the longest combos in the game outside of a character like Evo Vegeta, who's made to do combos whilst doing ridiculous damage. He has access to the endurance, the cancel buff effects. It's pretty much his gauge overall, though. So I think he is a cracked character, and honestly partnered alongside the new Goku and Krillin for a Namek Saga combination. It's not something you're probably running into quite often, considering the bench isn't that great for this lineup. I'd probably run like a Saiyan comp. Krillin would get pretty much snubbed, but focus on the Goku. Frieza can exist, and then the support that the Krillin offers is just stupid. But yeah, Namek Saga doing a little bit of a jump up there in terms of relevance just from the new characters is really great to see. But #1 unit in the game, quite obvious there. He's got a lot of partners still from like the PO cast. The same, it's really just lead LOE. We got a couple of LOE resurgent characters with the LF full power Frieza platinum equipment, Revza, and a lot less in comparison to the Goku, if that wasn't obvious. But the #2 character is not Namek Goku, believe it or not here. I know, crazy. I was saying this since the day one. Kaioken Goku has just shown things that no other character can currently show in Legends, right? Like, I mean, we got Frieza, who's, he's just a different unit. If I could put him in a separate tier, I would. And I think he does deserve that, but it's not how this is listed here. I think Frieza is just above the game right now, and then we have Kaioken Goku, who just all around character. Insane potential with him, with his disrupt, with his damage guard, with his build up, the damage inflicted, the team dynamic with either the Saiyan Saga Vegeta, the Feet Goku, the healing, and the constant consistency that this character has to not only deal the maximum amount of damage possible in the game, but to still be one of the tankiest units in the game. So I see people arguing, but bro, I can just snipe with my Namek Goku. I know the utility, bro. I know the lock-in, the neutral. It's very, very nice, but This guy's very one-dimensional, and obviously you're going to make plays where you're going to get unlucky and units can die. And that's just how it is. So him being a safety net, by the way, existing on their main lineup. So if you want to run something like this with Frieza Lee, this is also a pretty cracked combo. It's just Saiyans with Frieza. But, yeah, the Namek Goku in comparison, I think overall, obviously the second life utility is going to be very strong on whatever build you're running. So, for those that don't know, if you're getting your endurance nullified, say with like Frieza to an endurance character, and your Goku revives a different character, you still have that endurance. There's a lot of tech that you can make with the new Goku. And this is me glazing this guy, not Kaioken, but overall, this guy can't take a hit whatsoever to save his life. He is a very offensive heavy character, and this is just from my personal experience playing against the Goku. My Namek Goku's only at 5 stars. From everything that I've seen, there are some instances where if you're running pure Frieza Saga, he get away with a lot more defense because of the damage guard, support from Krillin and stuff like that. But I think just normally, right, he is more offense heavy and just linear in that fashion. Even with the second life, we're burning through the first life, we're burning through the second life, you're making a lot, you know, you're able to make a lot less mistakes than you are with this, with the Namek Goku than you are with the Kaioken Goku. And it's simple as that. This guy can't take a hit, this guy can take a hit. Utility purposes, I think they both are capable of aging great. Obviously, I'll touch upon it again. The lock-in, the snipe ability. People are calling this guy the new UMV 2.0, AoE green card, all that jazz. It's very powerful. I'm going to be completely honest with you guys, but no endurance, no cancel buff effects. He's just taking damage like paper, bro. He's just shredding through this unit. And I know red beats yellow, but it's every unit. This guy's just not a great defensive option, but you cannot, the sheer offensive utility. And it's not like he's just bad defenses, but it's pretty much there. It is pretty much, he's not a really well-rounded out character. He's just super offense utility focused. And, does it make him bad? Oh, he's a top 3 character in the game. Does it make him top 2? I honestly can't have it. If you want to make this argument, fine. I'm not going to be mad at you, but realistically, he can't be number 1 for me. And then Kaioken is just much more consistent all around, even from a team, individual point of basis. Namek is doing fantastic things right now. I'm sorry for the guys that wanted to see Namek Goku at number 1. And Frieza, obviously, we're having my favorite character be number 1 in the game. And you know that I'm not even going to be biased towards it because you also probably agree with that. You probably agree with Frieza just doing the most heinous abilities. The freaking beam is a short animation. You're making these plays, bro. I think the Goku green is also a short animation, which is kind of good. Okay, kind of good, right? But the Namek, yeah. I mean, you're going to want to run these guys, bro. You're going to want to run these guys on the team. The second life is too valuable. The Kaioken Goku's too rounded out. You're running a Saiyan comp like this, Feet Boy. These are the best units in the game. So I'm just talking about the top 3 as if, like, they're literally the best in the game right now. I need to move Feet Boy up here. He is too valuable, and Feet Q top 10 has never been more real. I think previously I was kind of making jokes about it when he was first introduced. I'm like, Feet guy, top 10, can you believe it? Where is he? Where is Feet Man? Surely he's here. Feet Boy, Feet Boy, Feet Boy. Oh, he's right here. Cool. Yo, so Feet Guy in the top 10. He's somewhere in here. I'm not going to spoiler alert, but this is one of the best Saiyan lineups right now. So the healing on this composition, anything with Feet Goku is fantastic. So if you're running pure Saiyan Saga, peak equipments, you know, Saiyan Saga's got those specific per 3 member equipments are fantastic. You're running the Namek Goku version, and keep in mind, this is with Proud, Standard, Consideration. I have all the teams. The overlapping tags are going to be very fantastic there. But, yeah, Fiku's just playing a really massive role in this meta, and you'd probably think, but Frieza's number 1, he's blue. Dude, yes, green does beat blue. That is true, man. We have characters. If you're going to have one character to eat damage, despite Frieza, I didn't mention this, bypassing the disrupt with the beam, it's kind of nasty. He's still going to be able to take the most hits and heal it all back up with the Feet Boy. So you're going to have really great consistency swapping, dealing, or, you know, taking damage, swapping out, taking damages, constantly sustaining and healing all that shit back up. So Feet Boy's playing the craziest MVP supportive role. It's pretty much what you can compare it to. So on, you know, on any of the setups that MVP 17 was on, that's really what this guy does right here. He's the glue for whatever comps he is featured on. So this is going to be my top 3. Number 4, I think it's very clear as well. We have Vegeta being one of the most versatile units currently. He's doing the damage, he's doing the defense, he's being the other glue revival safety net for whatever lineup he's on. So he fits with Frieza, fits with Namek, fits with Kaioken Goku, some Saiyan Saga equipments, Frieza Force equipments, powerful opponent shenanigans, literally everything you can think of in the top rosters. He's doing great, not to mention there is no purples. So Namek Goku, there's some still reds running around. We got Cell, we got Hit, we got Kaioken. The biggest threat, obviously, is going to be Kaioken. But, you know, you got a lot of chances with the 1 extra life. So you got to make it count. Hopefully you don't get one shot. And that's usually what happens with the sidestep catch. Every time with Namek Goku, he gets one-shotted. So UMV did not get one-shotted. You know why? Because he cancels buff effects. So it could not happen to him. But the second life is definitely, you know, it's guaranteed, can't be canceled, all that jazz. It's really, really powerful there. Vegeta, self-explanatory stuff as well. I think these 4 gap the game currently. You can argue the 5th as well. These 5 are the main top roles. If you don't have the 5, you know, you have the sub-tier characters because everyone from this anniversary just clears. Besides Evo, I guess. Evo is, you know, just a great supporting cast role, but he's not looking too good right now. So against Namek Goku, you're seeing quite often, despite being the 1 purple in a green-dominated meta, I've been using this as a reference to his value. I think he's great still, like just as a character in general. He was definitely downplayed, and I honestly still would have him in my 10. I'm going to talk about it a little bit later, but in comparison to these guys and what they currently offer, just a lock-in snipe is too crazy. You know, whatever you can do with that. He does go type neutral defensively. I don't know if you guys knew that, but his main cast was what? Universe Rep. And what is Universe Rep right now? This guy's seeing just a lot less value with the most oppressive green units in the game. Hit lower, everything lower that you would run this guy on, so it just is what it is. You can argue with Frieza and whatnot, but all his pure defensive options, majority of them require you to be running Unirep. And yeah, Unirep just took a mini hit. I mean, they're still saying Unireps that exist, right? So like this lineup, hits, whatever the case may be, but yeah, if you're not running these 5, it's crazy. You're wondering MUI Goku at 5. Can you put him lower? Can you put him higher? No. Top 4, solidified, peak, exactamente. Maybe if you want to interchange these guys, I think the top 3, there's some arguments to be made. Frieza, just biggest option for number 1. Kaio, this is probably going to be the biggest debate, whether it's 2 or 1 for these guys. I think it's easily Kaioken. That's just me. Easily. Saiyan Saga Vegeta, easily 4. Easily. Not higher, not lower. He's a solidified 4. MUI Goku feels perfect at 5. I can't put him higher, and it feels heinous to drop him any lower than that because it just doesn't make sense, right? His gauge utility, his damage output, his team dynamics are still very much there. If you're running something like this, if you're running something like any Saiyan comp, Sun Family, whatever overlapping tags, Universe Rep, God Key, just has so much on top of that utility with the gauge and the way that you can actually, obviously, the green units, like I had just previously mentioned, you don't get touched, it's not going to happen. So if you're constantly forcing your opponent to swap and regain the gauge and using his utility correctly, using the snipe play, using his time neutral correctly, and he does have endurance. If you're running him with Namek Goku and your endurance is nullified, if he gets sniped, you're going to come back with Namek. So just guaranteed value. You need a blue unit to protect you from these reds. Need is a strong word, but they do exist. Reds are powerful. Blue are going to have some action in the meta right now. The one lacking color this entire time has been purple. Unfortunately, they just have not been releasing that many. And if that great purples in the game, you know, I know purple's been notorious, really dominant color just at certain moments. But right now, nope, believe it or not. Yeah, this is the top of the game. I think everything below this is just like sub. So these are going to be the rest of the guys right here. We're going to have Cell, who is coming close, but I don't think is relevant in comparison to the 5. So he's like right underneath that tier, anniversary tier. Then we have Cell. Fighting the Testament of Time. I know he just released a couple of months ago, but he's still fantastic. Funny enough, I had Cell lower than Hit a while back, but this is how the meta flows. We had Hit being the best partner for the #1 unit in the game at that time, so I had to Hit even higher because you were seeing this partnership. It was a lot more dominant at that time. Now, MUI is lower. He's more of a victim. You catch MUI with Frieza, Vegeta, whatever the case, he's dying very fast. Second life, all that jazz. Cell has just better partnerships with Frieza and Vegeta. It's as simple as that. He's seeing more value because of his partner Rise Up. And yeah, he's still pretty good. Obviously, his utility is anti-blast armor with anti-blast armor cards, the endurance nullification, the team dynamic on powerful opponents, LOE, blast comps, so the Vegeta, Frieza, the other full power, Revza, anything that you could run MVP. There's still some great options for him, Rev UI, but yeah, it's just power creep, man. It's just the top 5 power creep for me personally. I can't see it. Maybe I feel like people are going to try to glaze and have him above MUI because of how MUI is looking. I just can't see it at all. Damage, utility, the team options are still greater in my personal preference than with you know, in comparison to Cell here. But it's just funny enough because you're running this. The team is a little bit in it works, but you're missing abilities here. Like one of the ultra abilities, someone's going to be lacking somewhere, and obviously you're going to want to focus the majority of it on Frieza. So Cell, you know, he's fitting somewhere. He does exist on these comps. That is true. But yeah, Cell doing his thing, the top of the roster under pretty much the best, you know, the 7th anniversary dogs, and that's just how it is. The next best units, you know, we're not keeping Hit here, by the way. Hit needs to be in the 10. 7/8, this is gonna be valid. Top 10 Feet Boy is crazy. So I was glazing him earlier. Saiyans, crazy, man. Saiyans. Anyone you're running Feet Boy with, man, the support, the sustain, the healing, the wall. Obviously there's greens, but it doesn't matter, man. You're healing it all back up as long as you're not making the dumbest plays or just, you know, getting unlucky, and it just be like that with the game. There's pretty much a counter to everything you're working with in the meta, so it's just going to be like that. Feet Boy is an absolute necessity for a lot of these Saiyan comps. I am so serious. This is arguably the best Saiyan lineup in Standard right now with Name Goku, Kaioken Goku, and the Feet Boy Goku. But yeah, Saiyan Saga, the Proud lineups, anything you want to have this, he is a core on my team. It's just hot meta stuff. It doesn't even feel real. Like, we have a flat 1% sparking unit being valued this high. He plays that much of an insane supportive role that is just undeniable. Undeniable? One of those words. And then we have the last right here. Number 8, Ultra Hits. His best partner was MUI. MUI's taking a fat hit. Pun non-intended, actually, but yeah, the time skip is still broken. The fact you can do multiple of those is still insane. Powerful opponents is great, but majority of them are more blast centric, so I think these are a little bit more blast centric characters. You're really just running him on Unirep, and Unirep is taking a mini hit, so it is what it is. Hit has taken a hit. I think he's still great, bulky, very powerful. I can't put any of these characters, I wouldn't put any of these characters above him. Just gonna be completely honest. I mean, maybe there's an argument for some, but for me, the insta kills, they're still gonna be happening. So we have a really powerful yellow unit in the meta. Red, go crazy. You can make it work with some lead position. It's not to say that these guys are useless now because he's number 5 and not number 1. It's just lower, so this guy's lower. This guy's a higher partner, so he's higher. So this is why the switch with Cell and Hit. Their partners have, you know, their values have swapped. I said it early in the video. Hit had a better partner previously. Cell has a better partner now. They're swapping positions. 9, 10. This is where it gets fun. This is where it gets fun. 9 and 10. By the way, if you don't follow me on Twitter, I have already posted this list, and I gave you guys like a sneak peek at my list earlier, but everything, I mean, it's realistically, this is the case past here. This is the meta, top meta in the game right now, and then you start slapping the supporting role pieces. From here, you can make an argument for anyone and everyone if you really wanted to. This guy, safety net, if I had to pick, it'd probably be something like this. Evo literally being the one, you know, he's still doing combos. I didn't mention this earlier because I just thought of Evo doing this, having the ability to be immune to card destruction is very powerful. Namek also has this ability, but the infinite combo character still doing his thing. The 1 purple, that in itself has value. MUI's lost value. He's going down on the list. It's not as effective. Snipe victim, all that jazz, whatever. Safety net, I think, is the other best safety net in the game. I'm personally running him right now. Great versatile character. You're literally running him with any of the top supporting casts. Anyone here you're able to run him with, so it's another versatile. So it seems like both revival characters are great in versatility, but one is obviously better individually. Let's not downplay the UI gauge though. It's, you know, mix and match. If you're running Rev UI and MUI, you're able to stall out for a catch, a priority, and in damage, especially in proud mode. So that's going to be really disgusting. If I had to pick who was going to be 9-10, it would be this. Like, this is going to be probably my top 10, but I'm putting everyone in. It doesn't matter. Krillin, great. One of the best supportive roles for Frieza Saga specifically. So I think he's great as well. God Goku, you're just seeing the cracks. I was an insane Goku Glazer post-plat equip, even pre-plat equip. But obviously he was gaining some great stonks, and it's just his damage, defenses. His utility's still great, but he's just seeing a lot less true work right there. Power creep is catching up. Daima taking the massive shits, bro. Like, catching up. Majin Vegeta, yo, bro, you're here, man. You can be argued here. It doesn't matter. But everyone in this position, it just doesn't matter. I'm not ordering this because the point of this is to show that power creep has taken such a big effect that if you're not in this 5, and then I even was kind enough to order the 6, 7, 8 because I truly believe these guys deserved it. Everybody else has an argument. Evo, individually, no one's comboing like him. He's the one purple to fight the green dominated, the best unit in the game, for instance. Best safety net. Majin Vegeta utility. Existing on Saiyan Saga, plus being another purple safety character. That in itself has value. Krillin, one of the best support for the best characters. God Goku, utility whore. Best teams. Daima, he exists. I don't even think he's up here anymore. Like, he'd probably be realistically underneath all these guys. You know, Blue is taking a hit. The team's taking a hit. No one's wanting to run this dude outside of Daima. Everyone's taking a freaking hit. Ku's a paralyzed merchant. Kalen Caulifla, uni reps. This is close to being ordered. I'm going to be 100% with you guys. It's very close to being ordered. So, you know, take it how it is. It's probably low-key how I'd have it ordered. All right, you guys, I reviewed the video and I was like, there's someone that I'm missing, and it was this guy right here. He recently got a plat. I know I mentioned him earlier in the video, but I just didn't have him here, so I wasn't looking at him. He plays a pretty decent role with a lot of the PO, specifically partnership with Frieza, the Endurance Null, the AoE blue card. I just wanted to quickly touch up on him. It doesn't matter still. Like, he's going in the it doesn't matter tier, because you can make the argument for whatever these roles are, but I'd probably put him here, like right there or something like that. I think Rev UI overall has more, and then Evo too. You guys know how I feel, man. The one purple to save us all. Seeing some pretty decent. He's only gained value since the anniversary started. So, yeah. I mean, team-wise right now, you're gonna have. It's looking a little bleak. Bleak, maybe. I don't know, man. It doesn't fucking matter though. It does not matter. I swear to God, it doesn't. Love you guys, but I didn't forget about the Glizzy. Goodbye.